Today is 1068 day that I'm sharing lessons on learn. I'm learning how to support your dreams, your goals, allow to become the person that you want to become. Today, speak about how to design your life. How to design your life. Now, this is a massive, massive topic. I think that is supposed to be hours, hundreds, maybe even thousands of hours on digging into really how to design your life. So many people really looking into the purpose and meaning, the existential things about really how to design our lives. But today, really want to focus on the foundational things and really what we need to look at to really understand that okay, where we need to start, where do we need to start to really design our lives. And I share multiple things, and today will not be a lesson that based on the topics, but really ideas what could potentially help you to really design your life. Number one is a vision. Of course, they always, I truly believe that always the first thing regarding your designing life is vision. What's that vision look like? And there's a lot of things that we need to consider in that vision. And let's start, like, of course, because I think that vision is so complex. I need to simplify it, but vision is very, very complex. Number one, of course, we understand there's a future of the vision, there's a present, what you do to achieve that vision, and the past. I think that a lot of times we forget the past. It is very, very important for the vision as well. And if we forget that, we do not take advantage of it. For example, when you really look into your vision and you say, okay, this is exactly what I want to achieve in my vision, what do you do then? You ask a question: how my past will benefit my vision? Have you ever asked that question? It's a beautiful question. That means there's a lot of things that you did, that you didn't do, that you failed, you made a mistake, you succeeded. All those things will benefit your future. And that's why that question is so powerful, because all the things that you did in the past will, in one way or another, add value for your vision. And if you don't ask a question, sometimes you forget that there's a lot of advantages in our past. Our past is our past, but there is some things that we able to find to benefit our future. Second thing that we need to always consider is that I think that a lot of times the focus of the vision is wrong, because what you focus on, of course, that's it expands. So a lot of times people say, okay, I want to have more money in the future. I want to have more relations. I want to have a car. I want to have a house. I want to have this one. And I think that that's, even though it's great things to really to have the vision and have the goals of having those things, that's it's totally fine. But this is not the beginning of the vision. Now, other people thinking, okay, I want to really be a doctor. I want to be a business owner. I want to do accounting. I want to do playing a guitar. I want to. They have something that they want to do. So first one, what they want to have, and then second, people are asking, like, what do you want to do? Even though that's even better than having, because when you do things, you're able to have. If you don't do things, you will never have things, unless some luck. But it doesn't speak about it. But if you want to have something, you need to do some things. So people who really focus on what they want to do is a little bit better. But again, if if we forget what is the key, we potentially could do the things that we actually do not like. And that's why 70% of people are, what is the stats? That 70% of people that hate their jobs because they ask themselves, what do I need to do? Rather than they asking, what do I want to be? What do you want to be? That's the best question. When I think about the vision, what do you want to be? Who you want to be? Who am I? And who I want to be? So that means that that question really allows you to decide, okay, do you want to be disciplined? Do you want to be, um, think about a lot of things in values, like who you want to be, what as a person, your character, you want about your emotions. There's just so many things about the being the best version of you. So when you think about being, then of course, when you say, okay, this is who I want to be, what do I need to do to become this person? And then what do I need to have? That means that when you are able to be the person, you will be able to do the things that you want, and you will be able to have the things. But a lot of times when people focus on the having, They don't do the things that they need, and they're not able to achieve and not able to be the person. So when I think about the vision, always focusing, okay, this is what I want to be, this is who I want to be, this is what I do to achieve the vision, and this is what I will have. This is totally switching the model. Now, a lot of times as well, that when people say, okay, like I want to choose what I will be doing, and a lot of, if you choose the thing that you do, a lot of times you're not able to choose your coworkers. You just do, it's given. But when you actually change that and you start thinking, what kind of lifestyle I want to live? What kind of lifestyle I want to live? This is a much, much better question to ask. Because when you ask yourself, what kind of lifestyle I want to have, so it means where I want to live, how much money I want to make, how much free time I want to have, how much I want to travel, uh, um, how much impact I want to make. So all those things about lifestyle, becoming the person you want to be, like all those things about the, when you really focus on that and that alone, and you really have a clear picture of the lifestyle, at that moment you're able to say, okay, what do I need to do to achieve that lifestyle? And it's 100 times more chance to achieve your goals, achieve your lifestyle, when you know what is the lifestyle you pursue. Because a lot of times people start to really do the job, and after that they realize that the lifestyle that is given by their career is not the lifestyle that they want. I pursued as well 9 to 5, and I didn't understand what's going on. I didn't understand why I don't like my career. I don't like my life. Because the way how I built, for me, I just hate being from 8 to 5. That's just, I love different way. I want to be more, I love working very, very hard. But I want to work very hard on my own terms. I'm able to work 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day. That's totally fine. But if I need to be strict, I don't like that. And again, being able to understand what you like and what kind of lifestyle you want is much, much better. And that's why people need to really focus on the lifestyle, who they want to be, and then of course they're able to look into the things that they need to do. Now, when I think about really being the person, so what things we need to really consider? What kind of things we need to consider? I think that's one thing that we always need to consider is 8 forms of success. I think that it's a great way to look into, okay, like what's those eight form of success is inner success, is a physical success, family success, career success, financial success, community success, adventure success, and impact success. So all those things will be included in becoming the best version of you. So it means that when you look into those four of form success, and I guess like how much time do you want to really look into all those different successes? Because when you are the best version of you, when you're looking to the best version of you, how much time do you allocate to different kind of success and where you are right now? I think that it is very, very important to understand that when you are the best version of you, you will live your life differently. And how you are right now, that's totally fine. So it means when you, I think that we always need to rate ourselves based on different aspects of our life. Because we're not able to improve every aspect of our lives immediately, but we're able to improve one thing at a time. And I believe that sometimes keystone habits, when you're totally at the bottom of your life, sometimes keystone habit is the key to success. Having one thing that you're able to do consistently until you build yourself up, and then of course you're able to really transform everything. So when you think about those 8 forms of success, you're able to rate, okay, where I am right now, my inner peace. Okay, where I am right now in that. My physical appearance, my physical energy levels, where am I right now? And when you rate all those areas, okay, which area I want to focus most? Now, of course, if your physical level is very low, I think that that's where the key point to start. Because if you do not have energy, energy always, hands down, is the most important resource. Hands down, energy is the most important resource. So when you look at yourself, how much energy do you have on a daily basis? And again, this is again, we need to look into energy from two perspectives: inner energy and outer energy. Outer energy is something that you're able to really build through physicality, exercise, eating well, sleep. All those things are great to increase your energy. Second thing is inner energy. So what is your meaning, purpose? Do you have a meaning? So that means I think that we always need to look into the budgets. Budgets, budgets is essential. So time budget, that means where your time goes. Energy budget, where your energy goes. And those time budget, energy budget, and financial budget. All those budgets must be known because you need to understand, okay, those will be essential for the future as well. All those essential. But that means that when you create your energy budget, that means you look at you on a weekly basis. Where do you allocate your energy? Where you allocate your energy and where you love to allocate. Because based on your values, you're supposed to understand that those energy, because a lot of times people say that, oh, my most important thing in life is my family. The most important thing in my life is family. Yeah, but how much finances, time, and energy is actually given to your family? Because a lot of times we're giving 100% to our work, but we come back from work, we do not give quality energy to our family, or given time, our finances. Like, really, I think that looking into your budgets will actually show your values. Does your money, does your time, does your energy actually speaks where your values are? And again, this is so many things that we need to consider in the vision. Again, paths that of what kind of path you need to take. Of course, you're able to be employee, you can be a self-employed, you can be a business owner, you can be an investor, and all those things are so different because mentalities and the mindsets are so different. Of course, if you want stability, you go employee. If you want to take risks and you want to have unlimited ceiling, business hours. If you want to have control, maybe a little bit, but not afraid of work, maybe self-employed. Investors, so many things that we need to consider when we're designing our lives. And I think that one of the key aspects of life as well that what when we need to design that a lot of times we forget is roles. Roles. Now, when we say that our values are very similar, because my role, like my values, is my friendships, family, all those things are potential values. From those values, a lot of times comes roles. So what kind of roles do we have? That could be like a father, it could be a mother, it could be a brother or sister, it could be some like a sibling, it could be a cousin, it could be a friend, it could be a best friend. There's a lot of roles in your life. It could be employee, it could be a business owner, it could be an athlete, it could be artist. So many roles that we potentially could have. And now we're able to again look at your time budget and how much time do you allocate in different kind of roles. Because a lot of times we say like I want to be the best father in the universe. But does my time budget, money budget, energy budget actually shows that this role is my priority? Because a lot of times what we say is our priority. When we actually looking at the budgets, we start to see that maybe we are not living in full alignment. I think that this is key because one I found that I used to think as well that I live based on my values, but when I started doing my budgets, and the time budgets is a very, very powerful exercise. Really tracking every 15 minutes of your day for a week, for a couple of weeks. It's a beautiful bit of exercise. You start to see that you waste much more time than you expected, and you're able to really find those leaks and then put back those leaks into actually achieving success. So that means that when you're working for an hour and in those 15 in that hour you wasted 15, write down that you 45 minutes working, 15 minutes wasted. And then again, when you work, when you do something, it's great to really write down activity and then write down what kind of goal you're pursuing it and what kind of role it represents. So that means multiple things that task could really like what kind of goal, because a lot of times we look into that task. That task could be related to our past, it could be related to the present, it could be related to the short term goal, it could be related to the vision. And what we need to do is really making sure that our task is related, not like as much as we can, related to our vision rather than short term goals. Because a lot of times, what I think that most people make mistake is they allocate 70, 80%, 90% of their actions or their tasks on the short term goals. And a lot of times those short-term goals is not in full alignment with long-term goals, especially with the vision. And I think that there are always times like you need to like actually look into the vision and what kind of actions do I need to take? What kind of routines do I need to build to really achieve that vision? Because short-term goals very rarely aligns with long-term vision or long-term goals if you're not intentional. So it means that we need to understand the vision, we need to understand long-term goals, and then break down those in a milestones. But if we start from short-term goals and we start acting on the short-term goals, vision will will come one way or another, but most likely will be not the one that you like. So when I think about really designing your future, the biggest thing that I always that's when I always used to mentor people, the biggest thing that you used to be is to be willingness to change, willingness to pursue the vision. Because a lot of times people say, "Oh, I want to be a business owner." Yeah, but are you willing to really change the way how you think, to change and really, because at some point, if you're a business owner, it might be that if you never had in your association nobody, because a good question is that in your friends, do you have anyone who's pursuing your vision? It might be not. If that's the case, it might be that you will need to make a lot of transitions in your association, in the way how you think, in the way things that you value. And are you willing to really give up things to go up? That's as John C. Maxwell always says it. You need to give up to go up. And what you're willing to give up. People have a hard time to understand that sometimes you need to sacrifice one thing. But I think a lot of times I see that this is not sacrifice. This is a trade-off. Trade-off. So what are you able to trade? Because I'm willing to trade almost everything to achieve my vision. Because that vision is so important for me. I'm dedicated. This is my calling. I am determined to achieve that. And I think that when I think about the goals, to really make that transition, I love the saying, Subito saying that it doesn't matter how small your goal is or how big your goal is. What matters is that this goal needs to be important enough to make you move. Does your goal make a move? So it means if your goal doesn't make you move, maybe you have a too big a goal and you procrastinate, you avoid because it's too big of a stretch. Or maybe it's a too small goal and you don't feel inspired and motivated. So that means you need to expand and 10x that goal is like, and then it scars, oh, this is exactly what I need to do, and go on after that. And of course, when I think about the goals, I love the saying that there's a lot of times we need to attach feeling to that goal, to attach feeling into that emotion. We start to feel familiarized with that future. So it means that, okay, when I will achieve my goal, how my future will look like, how I will feel in that moment, how will it feel being able to be the person that I want to be, how will it make me feel doing the things that I will be able to do when I achieve the best version of me, how will it make me feel having the things that I want to have. Maybe if they say that you want to have a house on the beach, on the mountain, look overlooking the sunset or sunrise, how would it make you feel being able to really swim in an infinity pool, jump out of the infinity pool, jump in, and reading a book in such amazing view? How would it make you feel being able? And I think that this is a very, very important thing to really being able to familiarize with your future. So I hope that you reflect as well. How do you design your life? Because if you do not design your life, at some point you just start to realize that you do not like your life because you give your life to a chance. And I don't think that it's a smart to live our life based on chance. We need to live our life based on choice, not a chance. And our choice starts today. Okay, what I need to do. What is the vision? What I want to be, what I knew what to do, what I knew to have. All the roles, all the form successes, all those things need to be considered and designed. What is a lifestyle? What kind of skills, values, beliefs I need to develop to make sure that I'm achieving my success. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.